Okay, let me answer some questions here because these are legit questions. Larry says, did having a CISSP carry any weight, or was there any other? Was there what, or was the main advantage having cloud related certs? I think for the jobs that I was going after, Larry. So okay, this is a great question. Okay, I love the question because this is the strategy that I used. I have a certain amount that I want to make, right? So let's start there. There's a certain amount that I want to make, right? And I'm willing to go up and down or whatever. I'm flexible, but I have to stay in a certain range because of my years of experience. That said, I thought to myself, okay, I'm going to have to use a strategy here. I have to leverage the experience that I currently have. I have to use my CISSP. I have to use my 20 years of background. So I leverage as much of that as possible. When I say leverage, that means I let them know, like, listen, this right here is transferable to whatever, whatever things that you guys need. This is transferable knowledge and skills that I can use to help your organization. So as much as possible, I try to align myself with organizations that need the stuff that I already have. And this is why it really works to do lateral changes in your organization. This always works. Going all the way back in my career, like when I was in the Air Force as a security police officer, security forces, whatever the hell they're calling it in the Air Force these days. So I was in security forces for 5 years. And because I made a lateral change, meaning I'm still in the same organization, but I made a lateral change from here to here, the Air Force makes it easier if you're whatever organization, really, not just the Air Force. They make it easier for you to go from here to here because you already know the culture of that organization, right? You already know how to speak their language. You kind of know what kind of computers they use. You might even have an idea of the layout and what's the processes they use. All that stuff matters. So I made a lateral change within the Air Force to go from being a physical security person to a logical security person doing IT, information technology. And I did the same thing in the organization I'm currently in. So I'm actually in the same organization. I just made a lateral change to another department. I was able to answer your question. Yes, the CISSP did carry some weight, but not one time did they ask me about the CISSP. Not even one time. They asked me about my skills. They asked me about my transferable skills because this job requires more hands-on technical knowledge. Not CISSP is a checkbox, right? In some of the other organizations I've been in, it definitely had a whole lot of weight. So this right here is like a lesson learned. Like whatever transferable skills that you have, you should use them as much as possible.